Hi, this is Bishop Craig in Lansing, actually outside of Lansing in DeWitt at our office. And this is take one for the week of the 14th of August. If you hear any noise going on behind me, the tech people are here running cable and hooking us up for phone and wireless and all of that good stuff. So I'm spending today kind of being in the office so they can do this important work, and we are grateful. I'm just back from the churchwide assembly. It was, as always, big and busy and inspiring, and made a bit more complicated by COVID precautions. For me, the two best hours were on Wednesday night when our delegation sat around the table for an hour and had good conversation, and Thursday when we went out to dinner. So I enjoyed being with the group from our synod. That was my favorite thing. We did a lot of, I would say, lamenting and apologizing for people who have been hurt and excluded in the course of not just the ELCA, but the church's life. So the churchwide assembly had a Lenten feel for me. And I come home mindful that that people who live with disabilities are not yet explicitly on the ELCA's radar for people we have hurt and we need to include or desire to include. So those are my brief reflections on the churchwide assembly. There are videos people are posting on our synod Facebook page. So if you want to learn more, please go for it. And so I'm kind of amused that the gospel reading for Sunday is this woman who has been bent over by a demon for 18 years and shows up at the synagogue on a Sabbath. And the ruler of the synagogue, the leader of the synagogue, who I hasten to add is not a pastor, but the lay leader of the synagogue, he sees this woman as a distraction, a disruption, maybe even a violation of the Ten Commandments, because healing on the Sabbath is work, and we don't do work on the Sabbath, and that is his concern. Jesus' perspective is different. He heals this woman. He straightens her out, if you will. And so for me, and he teaches, if the ox fell into a well or whatever, you'd save the ox. Why won't you do the work necessary to help this woman, this daughter of Abraham? And so I think of this woman who got raised and straightened out as a compass for the rest of us. She, by her presence in the synagogue, even before she is healed, she reminds us what we are to be about. And that is to welcoming those who would not normally receive welcome, and bringing grace and mercy and love and wholeness and healing to their lives. So rather than being a disruption or a distraction or a violation of the Ten Commandments, Jesus makes this woman a compass who points us in the right direction and gets us back on track. And I live for the day. I probably won't see it, but I live for the day when that's how we view people who live with disabilities. In some cultures, people who have disabilities are regarded as messengers from the gods. That's not true in our culture. But so we have some work to do there. And I'm excited that we have a disabilities task force in our synod. And they will be holding a disabilities learning day on October, I think it is the 22nd. It's a Saturday at Prince of Peace in Portage. There is information both in the update and in the newsletter. And I hope both pastors and lay leaders will make this a priority. I am hearing from a vocal group that we need to provide quality education for lay leaders. Well, here it is. So lay leaders, please come. Please come. So those are my thoughts on the text for Sunday. I'm preaching at Prince Peace in Portage, and we're going to celebrate anniversaries of ordination. A group of pastors, the congregation is doing that, like 411 years of ordained service. So we'll see how I take this text in that direction. I believe Pastor Sprang is at Trinity in Battle Creek, and Pastor Anderson is at Emmanuel in Suttons Bay. So we are all on the road this week. The rest of the week for me today, like I say, I'm minding the store while we get tech. Tomorrow I have some Zoom meetings. Wednesday we have staff meeting and portico. I get a portico briefing, and then on Thursday the deans meet and the Conference of Bishops meets, and then we have an event for those. It's a gratitude event for congregations who give or have grown in mission support to the Synod, and for our Living Stone group. Those are people who make gifts directly to the Synod. So that's what the week looks like. Friday and Saturday are quiet. I seem to have a long to-do list these days, and I'm doing my best to do it. And summer is passing too quickly. So I hope you'll make a point of getting some summer in the weeks we have left. My hope is that when I record to you next week, I will either be back at the cabin or on my way to the cabin. So this is take one for the week of the 14th of August. Yes. And I'm Bishop Craig, and I am delighted that I got this in before the tech people make some noise. So peace be with you. Take care.